we have Marco. He makes $6,500 a month take-home pay. Here are his fixed expenses, meaning that they have a due date, and for the most part, they're the same each month, except for maybe utilities. We put $160, which is on the higher end of what he usually pays to be on the safe side. And here are his variable expenses, which definitely vary from month to month. So the trick to making an effective spending plan is to always start with the fixed expenses / the bills, because you know their due date, so it's easier to plan for them. And also you know exactly how much you have to pay. So it just makes everything so much easier. So with that being said, let's go ahead and input these numbers into the money template. Okay, so here's our money template. I like to call it the control panel because it literally gives us all the control over our money. Now I made this as simple as humanly possible because I just cannot with those complicated spreadsheets. So if you want a copy, just comment spending plan and I'll send it right over to you. We got part 1, which is the income, and part 2, which is the expenses. So let's start here in part 1 with the income. So we can type in salary. Let's say payday is the 1st and he gets paid $6,500 here. You have space for a second person here as well. And here's the grand total. So moving down to expenses, we have just 4 columns. We don't have to overcomplicate this. And each expense will be able to go in one of these 4 columns. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill out the bills part. Okay, so here are all the bills and monthly debt payments, and it automatically totals it out here. And we want to go from left to right. So let's go to the next column over, which is needs. And the really cool thing that I just added is that it tells you how much money you have left to spend. From the $6,500, a little less than $3,000 is left. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out this needs column real quick. Okay, so here are the needs, and also on this side I have some examples of what should go into each 4 columns. If you're not sure how much to plan for each category, just go into your previous month's bank statements and that'll give you a good idea. This plan is meant to be flexible and will constantly change as your needs change. Alright, let's move on to the next category, which we have $2,200 left. Alright, 1019 is what we have left to save and invest, so let's go ahead and fill this one out. Okay, as you can see, the total comes out to 1019, which is exactly what we wanted. And if you look up here, this right here auto-populates, so you don't have to touch it, but it's just the total of all the expenses. We want that to be the same as the income. That means that each dollar has a job, and that's what we want. So if you make good money, but are constantly wondering where your money is going and why does it go so fast, this right here is going to help tremendously with that. And that's pretty much it. If you get paid once a month, this is pretty much the only template you need. And then after that comes tracking, so you can really stay on top of your money. In a future video, I'll go over my favorite spending tracker app that is a complete game changer, and it helps so much with unintentional overspending. If you get paid multiple times a month, you're still going to want to use this default monthly spending plan, but we're going to use another template so that way you can budget with each paycheck. And that way we can see here the bills and we'll know exactly what to do with each paycheck. It's wonderful. I go over that in another video, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I upload. Once again, if you want me to send you this money template, just comment spending plan down below and I'll send it right over to you, ready to plug and play. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. God bless.